I inched the slider to the right. The first notch was marked 3 days. Excuse me? Why did it take so long? Never mind. The most important thing was I could resurrect, no matter how crazy it sounded. Good enough. Which meant that the coral had been right. I did indeed have a chance to make it. That also brought Janus' motives into focus. The Destroyer's avatar must have given him some kind of defense imber ability, while the Savior had the righteous fire and the resurrection abilities, making him one of the most powerful gods, if not the most powerful. There was another thing in favor of him owning Savior. It would allow him to neutralize the righteous fire, which ignored the Destroyer god's defenses. Probably. I might have to try and check it out. Health, 13 out of 60. Health, 12 out of 60. The Darkest One wasn't in a hurry to deal me a coup de grace. He was basking in the moment, talking non-stop. He probably hadn't seen any of those movies where villains talk too much instead of getting their act together. Very well, it looked like I might have to once again take control. I turned my head to Hunter and yelled, "Run!" My scream turned out truly blood-curdling, filled with desperate primal fear. No idea what my mentor must have read in my eyes, but he got the message. He didn't run, no, but he began to retreat fast, without turning his back to the Darkest One, who apparently didn't like it. The two-faced god shot up and darted toward me, and I was pretty sure he wasn't going to ask about my health. He needed the sword, which until now I'd managed to hold rather deftly in the wound with my stomach muscles, ignoring all the blood loss. Which was exactly what I counted on. As soon as his hand lay on the sword's hilt, I grabbed at both with my bloodied hand, losing 4 points of health in the process. My every movement was pure, unadulterated agony. But the thing was, I grabbed this two-timing bastard so hard he had no hope of dodging. Then I activated Righteous Fire. It was a terrible sight, I tell you. Under the gust of a fiery tornado, the god's skin turned black and flaky like paper. His facial muscles went up like sulfur thrown on a bonfire. What meager layer of fat he'd had began to sizzle, boiling and evaporating. It happened fast, way too fast. Before he'd had chance to cry out, Two-Face turned into a skeleton consumed by flames. You've killed a player who was hostile to you. A change in development branch available. Two-Face. In order to activate it, you need to select it as your new development branch within the next 24 hours. You've gained a divine avatar, Destroyer. You've gained the Lability skill. You've gained the Freeze spell. Your fame has increased to 4. Your reputation has changed to Badass. This god, this Superman, one of the greatest players in history, had been reduced to a charred skeleton, billowing thick clouds of steam and a sickly rancid stench. Gradually the skeleton began to crumble apart, turning to ashes, which swiftly scattered in the wind. Unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to fully enjoy this nauseating scene. It all happened too quickly and with no poetic hoo-ha. One moment the world was there, then it was gone. It was as if someone had switched off the light and disabled all sounds and smells. Everything disappeared, me included. My body, my thoughts, my mind. The world had ceased to exist, and so had I. Before I'd even opened my eyes, I knew it smelled of my childhood. A mixture of the warm wool used to knit socks and something old-fashioned but strangely pleasant, like the mothballs they used to keep in wardrobes. It brought back memories of mornings at my grandmother's whenever my parents left me at her place for the weekend. I'd wake up, run my hand over the woolly Turkmen carpet hanging on the wall, then I'd stretch and finally get up. Mechanically, my fingers stretched out for its luxurious oriental beauty. I cringed. The wall was bare and cold, no sign of the carpet at all, which meant I wasn't 8 years old anymore, and this...